Oh, now it does. We're good.
Tomfoolery.
Okay, you're live. We're currently recording.
Hi, welcome to Stories with Issues. I'm Lalo.
And I'm Robert. And I still can't get Streamlabs to correctly record when I want it to.
Tomfoolery right here.
I want to hang myself. Lalo, want to lead us off?
Happy Spider-Man month. Now we're starting here in Stories with Issues. And we're actually recording this on August 1st, which is officially Spider-Man Day.
No, we didn't even plan this out. I had 2 days
We didn't
off.
plan this out.
I had 2 days off this week. Like, we could really do it. One was, for hanging out with the bros and, having an absolute ball over time. And the other one was do this. And it just so happened that we could only do Monday for the hanging out portion of the event. So, we accidentally planned this.
This was a beautiful accident, considering the fact that
Just like this channel.
The story that we're covering today is not an accident. I've actually planned out the whole month on full-blown Spider-Man books. And today we're covering the first story of the Amazing Spider-Man Annual Number 1, which is
the first 42,
rise of the...
first 42 pages of it, because,
Yeah, the first story, the first full story chunk of this book, because the backups, we're not doing the backups. Fuck that.
Also, I want to say, me and Lalo are both very happy with the performance of our last video. Like,
Yes,
we watched that thing skyrocket overnight. It actually
it
beat
was
out.
overwhelmingly just ecstatic over and over and over.
That one video did better than all of our 2022 season of the show.
And we are very thankful for that. And if you like this show, and if you really are enjoying this, because we're confused by that, but if you're really enjoying this, please consider subscribing and
hit that like button. And also comment down below just what you think about the issue, or even our tomfoolery.
And
there's going to be a lot of it.
Give us some recommendations of stories you would like to hear. And
we'll see if we can work them in.
Yeah. And today we're actually covering the rise of the Sinister Six. It's the first appearance of the team, the Sinister Six, in comic books.
And it's the look, it's the, I don't know, it's the original Sinister Six. Not, I don't see any Morbius here. Is Sony lying to me?
Sony is shut the fuck. No, Sony Morbius wasn't around until Amazing Spider-Man 100.
I hope you know I'm gonna be attempting to work in a Morbius joke every single episode we do, especially this month. But it's gonna be a lasting joke.
It's gonna be like, you really are gonna have to start pulling at straws, because I don't know how.
Lalo, you forget who I am. I'm king at doing that.
But yeah, this is the first appearance of the Sinister Six as a team, but not the first appearance of each member. Actually, I looked over my collections, and if you look at it, the Vulture is Amazing Spider-Man number 2, Dr. Octopus is Amazing Spider-Man number 3, the Sandman is Amazing Spider-Man number 4. Electro is over Amazing Spider-Man number 9. And Kraven the Hunter is Amazing Spider-Man 15. And finally, Mysterio is Amazing Spider-Man number 13.
No, I'm gonna say this right now. I know this is gonna be like a cardinal sin, I don't necessarily like how Ditko draws Spider-Man.
Blasphemy.
I was just never really much of a Spider-Man guy, so.
Well, I think because of your main image you have on Spider-Man It's from Amazing Fantasy 15, the cover of Amazing Fantasy 15,
No, a lot of
which is not
what
even drawn by Sid Ditko.
a lot of what I have for like Spider-Man like references and stuff is from like 2010s. The stuff that you absolutely fucking hate.
No, 2010. Actually, it
Talking
wasn't
like
until 2018 where I started hating Spider-Man books.
no, I'm talking about like new Avengers type of stories, not.
That was still slot, which I was okay with it. Like, but it wasn't slot writing. It was over a fucking Bendis. It was Bendis writing Amazing Spider-Man in main continuity over at the Avengers side. Because no, yeah, over at the 2010s, Slot took over in 2007 and never let go until 2018.
Shit, motherfucker even killed Peter Parker for a bit.
Yeah, 2 whole years, which we're covering. Hopefully we're covering Superior Spider-Man this month too.
All right, get into the issue.
Yes. So the story starts pretty simple. It's actually kind of funny how we start the book.
Oh, you
We
mean
get,
with all the fake ads?
the fake ad? Well, they're actually like reprints of the actual.
Yeah, but
ad.
if you're tempted by any of the stuff nowadays,
Yeah,
it wouldn't get sent out.
Tag, the wrist radio. But looking into like the opening page, we get 41 pages of it. I cannot read that. Who the fuck is this
Just
writing?
indescribable? Just scrumpable? What the fuck?
Indescribable excitement.
You know that
Jesus
was
Christ.
Stanley that just made that shit up on the spot.
Yeah.
No way that's an actual word.
But the writing is what threw me off for like a good minute. Goddamn, as Rosen. We opened the story kind of like Amazing Spider-Man 89, if you remember that.
No one remembers that. I don't even remember that.
I do remember that. Where Dr. Octopus is in jail after his escapade with Spider-Man in Amazing Spider-Man number 3.
Oh, it's undescribable. Okay.
Yeah, it's indescribable.
That is
It's like Lalo over here with Unglorious
stupid.
Bastard.
That is stupid. Because there was clearly 2 L's in that.
Well, yeah. Again, Stanley wasn't the best of writers. I don't care who I piss off. You have any idea how many grammatical errors are in Amazing Fantasy number 15?
Well, I guess when you're pumping out a book, you know, fucking a book a week.
Yeah.
You kind of raise hell and praise Dell.
So, editor. Motherfucker had an editor.
On fucking details.
Okay. Back to the book. Dr. Octopus is being informed that they were able to remove the arms that were merged into his body. For the first time, right?
So what's his excuse now? What's the excuse?
Well, it's only been like a couple months since his arrest.
Okay, but like, why does he still have him today if that was the main thing that was causing his villainy?
No, it's not.
He's just an asshole. Is that what it is? He's just an asshole?
He's just straight up an asshole.
Oh, okay, so what you're saying that my childhood of Miami films was just gaslight, gatekeeper, and girl-bossing me, huh? Got it.
Exactly, yeah. It's just... No, Dr. Octopus is straight up an asshole. And it's explained right here that, like, yeah, they may take away my fucking arms, but guess what? I can still control them. And he is like...
And that's what killed Captain Stacy practically, isn't it?
Yeah, but this is done like 4 years late. No, fucking 10 years later. 10 years earlier. And he's like going into like seeing how far he can control the arms, and hopefully he's really hoping and he's really cashing in on the fact that I really hope they didn't took them that far away from me so I don't lose control. And obviously that he didn't. He was able to like pull them in because they were put like 2 cells down or over in the
Evidence
fucking
lockup.
yeah, evidence lockup, and the arm just blast out through the wall and go find him. Which he's like, well, perfect. Now let's get the fuck out of here before I'm caught. The next day, over at the Daily Bugle, Spider-Man's picking up his morning newspaper from Jonah, because he does this apparently he does this all the time, where he just goes into Jonah's office, opens the window, steals the newspaper from Jonah, gives him the finger, and flies off. And he's reading...
I love the fact that what goes through Jonah's mind is, I wish Peter Parker was there to get a photo of him.
Motherfucker! I'll get you once Peter Parker comes into the office this morning and takes pictures of you, asshole! And Spidey is just reading the newspaper, and he's reading about Dr. Octopus escaping on... just breaking out, while suddenly just fucking Thor flies through him, like... flies over him like fucking A-Train from The Boys, and discombobulates Spider-Man entirely. And you know what that was for? Just so they can give you an editor's note that the Mighty Thors appears each month on his own magazine as well as on the Avengers.
It was a fucking promo?
Yeah.
Oh,
I want you to keep count on how many times this happens, because guess what? It will happen again.
For anyone who's above age, drinking game, I guess. I don't know. I'm not even of drinking age to do this.
Meanwhile, in the other side of town, we got 4 out of 6 Sinister Six, and Electro is kind of getting antsy, saying like, hey, when are we starting this goddamn meeting? Because I got places I gotta go to. And I'm like, motherfucker, like, what are you doing? If you get out of here in costume, asshole, you will be punched in the face by Spider-Man.
See,
and...
But, you know, he's Electro. Zappy, zap, zap, zap.
Motherfucker, just give me a liter of water and you're done for.
Well, the one that make him all lethal, technically?
No.
Yes.
Water is canonically what shuts him down.
What the fuck? That's not how that works.
No, because it powers him down, like...
But it's conductive.
I know.
It should amplify his powers, if anything.
Well, to be fair, the asshole wasn't like... He's not electrified. He's not... In his first appearance...
Oh, that's right. It's a fucking suit powers. It's a suit that makes the powers, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a goddamn suit.
Until stupid.
He fought Spider-Man. Hold on. He fought Spider-Man and was electrified. Fried alive. And then he got his powers. And you know how I found this out?
How? Through a TikTok video?
No. When I didn't know this. I went my entire life thinking that Electro was he just drowned in a vat of electric eels and got his powers, and that's how he got his powers. No,
you like Amazing Spider-Man 2. Boo.
Or the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon where that's exactly what happened to him.
Boo. That show sucks.
It doesn't. And Robert, you need to be quiet about this.
Fight me.
People are very loving about this show.
Fight me.
Anyway. That's what happens in the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon. That's what happens in the Amazing Spider-Man movie. The point of that is, I went my entire life thinking that's how Electro got his powers because that's the media I saw. I started reading the old Stanley Jack Kirby books of Amazing Spider-Man, and turns out Electro had an electric suit, an electric endoskeleton suit that he got fried in, and that's how he got his powers while fighting Spider-Man, which is fucked up.
Alright.
Moving on. Electro's like getting antsy of like, what are we waiting for? And Otto won't start the meeting until everyone is here. Which is very much like
Turns into the entire squad pulls up.
Yeah, like, we are not starting this meeting. Just have a fucking beer. Just sit down, have a beer until everyone is here.
Wait a fucking minute. There's a Doctor Strange promo.
Oh yeah, well,
I went ahead. I'm sorry.
And yeah, Peter was actually going with. He was dropping off Liz Allen as after their tutoring sessions, right?
Totally. Just tutoring.
Well, that's what it was originally, because Peter Parker is a fucking genius. And Flash Thompson was upset that he saw Peter walking with Liz and thought he was like bothering her. So he went up to Peter to just beat the shit out of him, and Spider-Man used his spider sense and dodged out of the way.
Hey, I recognize that scene.
Well, instead of Flash just keep like stopping his fist, he drives it straight into Doctor Strange, which was an astral projection, and tells them, "Yo, what the fuck are you fighting for?" Well, Spider-Man dips out because his spider sense alerted him of some figure that was going around.
This feels less like a dedicated Spider-Man comic and more of a shitpost.
So while Spider-Man he sneaks off into to put on his suit, he jumps at the guy, but he disappears. And Spider-Man's like, the fuck just happened? Clearly, the reason why he disappeared, it was because it was the Sandman. He just poured into the drain.
Understandable.
And reconstituted himself out into the sewer canal. As Peter is like, what the fuck? He goes into the sewer canal looking for whatever that was, and he gives up. And so he takes his clothes and goes home, where Aunt May is crying just over Uncle Ben's stuff.
Oh,
which gives Peter like some shock. It is like, God damn it. And he goes on a walk. And on this walk, all he's thinking about is like how he failed Uncle Ben. And also, it's been a couple months too. This is like the first annual. It's been like at least 12 issues of Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And it's been like 1 year for the Marvel Universe, by the way, as well.
Before they started doing that sliding time scale thing.
Around, yeah. And he's on the roof, he's reflecting on Uncle Ben, how he could have stopped the murder, how he could have stopped the thief, and then suddenly he realizes that his spider sense didn't go off, and he fell off the roof. And he's like in shock, thinking, what? This should not be happening. My spider sense should have warned me. Whatever, I'll catch myself. And he grabs onto a flagpole, and he doesn't have the spider strength. He is slipping off of the flagpole. He can't.
I refuse to believe that. We've gone 2 pages and I've made 2 film connections already.
He's falling off of the flagpole. He's calling out for help. And who calls? And he's calling out for help. And the Fantastic Four are like, "What the fuck is going on over there?" why is Spider-Man just hanging from a flagpole? And
I love the fact they just leave him to be.
Reed Richards is like, let's not help him. He's a lone wolf anyway. And he's like, he's probably just showing off. Which is what Johnny says. And Ben just says, let's get the fuck out of here. What the hell? And Spider-Man barely manages to like
Save himself.
slide himself into the like the edge of the building, and he's looking for an open window. Then he goes back home, which says it took him hours to do. And after like it took him an hour, something that would have taken him 3 minutes in by effortless rooftop travel. So he goes home and is like, fine, if I think this is a sign, and I'm done being Spider-Man. Meanwhile, the Sinister Six has gotten together, and this is their master plan, because Dr. Octopus is a genius and he has it all figured out and planned out. We are gonna beat Spider-Man. How? Well, my goal is to get him tired, fight after fight, of just going after him, actively going after the people he loves, actively going after him, and just tiring him. So here's the hat. Draw from here. Each paper is designed exactly to you, and where you will be, and where you will send them off next. And this is all in plans of us figuring out who is gonna be the one who kills him. Meanwhile, this is happening in the morning. The next morning, Spider-Man is just depressed, having his breakfast, having his OJ, and he's like, what the fuck did you say?
Same here, Peter. Same here.
You had OJ this morning?
No, about him being depressed.
Well, he's and Aunt May is like, he's not fooling me. Like, I know that something's off, but I'm not gonna bother him just because I want him to figure it out on his own. Like, if he wants my help, he will ask for my help. But also, I'm gonna go talk to that girl Betty Brand that he's seeing. I'm gonna get involved, like Gowaku.
Oh God.
That day, meantime, at Midtown High, Peter Parker is playing hooky.
That's a twist.
And the reason why...
Oh God, those Ant-Man. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Oh, I think I'm a page ahead then. Don't worry about it. Ant-Man. Or Giant Man, I should say.
The reason why he's playing hooky is because he's trying to figure out what's going on with him. Like, why, like, him, like, he's stressed about his powers, but he's also, like, stressed about not wanting to lie to Aunt May anymore. And as Flash Thompson is saying that probably he just probably ditched school because I tried to beat the shit out of him yesterday. And Liz is upset at him. And then at the same time, at the Parker house, Aunt May is like, oh my gosh, Peter missed school. Why? I might just go and talk to that girl, Betty Brandt, and figure out what the hell is going on. As he's saying that, Peter is walking over in New York, just trying to get his mind, like,
Straight.
into one position. until the Giant Man shows up. And Spider-Man is just disgusted by looking at crime, and takes the opportunity that everyone is distracted by the Giant Man to just fuck off. And that was only to, you know why that was only there to give you an ad for goddamn Giant Man and the Wasp appear monthly on Tales to Astonish.
So that's shot number 4 for those at home.
At the same time, Aunt May goes to the Daily Bugle to talk to Betty Brant while she's getting a coffee. In the meantime, Sandman and Electro are waiting on a car outside of the Daily Bugle, under the plan of kidnapping Betty Brant, knowing that Spider-Man has fought for her before. While that's going on, J. Jonah Jameson sees the whole thing play out and says, "Where are they going? The fuck?" Minutes later, they arrive at the penthouse of Dr. Octopus, where they're just... By the way, Aunt May is really weird during this interaction because she's like intrigued by Dr. Octopus for some fucking reason. And Dr. Octopus is like, "Ladies, please sit down. Make yourselves comfortable. I'll have my associates bring you some refreshments." And I'm like, motherfucker.
At least the man cares. The man cares about. Because man cares. Because he doesn't care about killing them. He wants to kill Spider-Man.
It's the weirdest kidnapping ever, motherfucker.
They're not kidnapped. They're not victims. They're just bait.
They're
bait. They're bait. Kidnapping is usually when you try to, get money out of someone using those guys based upon the release. This is them trying to lure Spider-Man in to kill Spider-Man and not the hostages.
Okay, but they're clearly threatening the hostages because later on, when Peter Parker gets to the office of J. Jonah Jameson, J. Jonah Jameson is like, "Okay, motherfucker, what is your plan? Where did my secretary disappeared off to? Along with your fucking aunt. Listen to me, your aunt has been kidnapped, asshole." And the Vulture just shows up and he says, "I have a message for Spider-Man. The Sinister Six have captured Betty Brant. If he wants her, he'll have to come and get her." And Peter's like, "The Sinister Six? That's a good ass name." He doesn't say that, but I am saying that.
Okay, I'm confused. Okay, I know you were talking about this before we started recording, but why the fuck does the Fantastic Four just pull up? Like, I know it's Spider-Man. It's because Spider-Man called him, right? I get that, but they have no reason or rhyme being here. Captain America has no reason or rhyme being there either.
It is explained in a sec. Give me a second. I'm getting there. How am I supposed... Joan is like, "How the hell am I supposed to tell Spider-Man?" And the Vulture's just like, "Put it on your fucking newspaper, man. That motherfucker reads that shit all the time." And Joan is like, "I doubt Spider-Man can read." And like, "Fine, I'll call the Fantastic Four. 444 44 4444 or whatever." Like, I don't know what the Fantastic Phone's number. He's like, "Operator, get me the Fantastic Four." How should I know? Look in the phone book. Well, Spider-Man's having a breakdown, considering like the Sinister Six are holding my Aunt May, and also the girl I'm currently dating, Betty Brant. And I don't have my spider powers right now. So then across town at the Baxter Building, the Fantastic Four answer the phone. Is like, "Spider-Man, I haven't seen him since yesterday. In a weird interaction that I didn't participate in, because fuck that." And and Ben Grimm is like, if you're looking for Spider-Man, why don't you call the Fantastic Four? They have a record on literally every hero in the Marvel universe.
Don't you mean the Avengers?
Yeah, the Avengers. Fuck off. And Johnny Storm's like, what's up with Spider-Man? Why is he so popular all of a sudden?
I ask myself the same question every day.
Like, they call the Avengers, and Captain America's like, man, I don't know who the fuck Spider-Man is. I don't know him. We don't know who it is.
He doesn't know. He doesn't even know any black people at this point in time.
He doesn't. No, it's been Black Panther hasn't been invented either. So Johnny Storm goes on a flying spree, writing messages that say, Spider-Man, contact the Fantastic Four.
Oh, look, another X-Men. You forgot about the X-Men ad. Come on.
That's where I was going at.
What?
And where and Professor X is like, that seems to be the first Spider-Man. Well, ignore it. It does not matter to us. And all that was for the X-Men appear bi-monthly on their own feature-length magazine.
So that's ad number 6, guys.
And also, no, they give you another one. Captain America appears each month.
Well,
in
yeah,
the Avengers.
I counted that one.
Okay. Meanwhile, as everyone seeks Spider-Man in town, the real Spider-Man is in the person of Peter Parker, doing some bitter soul searching at home. Spider-Man's like thinking like, okay, how the fuck am I actually gonna do this? I don't know I don't know how to fight these guys. I don't know how to and I don't have my spider powers. Fuck it. I need to go I need to fight them face to face. And he puts on his Spider-Man suit, and he gets there to the building 4 of the Stark Electric plant, where he was told to go there by the Vulture, and he's like, Electro, fight me! And Electro's like, the card I'm holding tells you where to go next, and you're gonna go, and if you want it, you gotta fight me and beat me. And he shoots a lightning bolt to Spider-Man, which he dodges effortlessly, giving you no explanation on the resolution of why he lost his powers.
God love Stanley's writing.
He just says something like, that bolt could have killed me. I'm still alive, which means my powers are back. Which in my head I'm like, no, motherfucker, you never lost them to begin with. You just got distracted, asshole. Like, whatever. And Electro starts fighting Spider-Man, and Spider-Man just keeps jumping off, dodging through every shot that Electro's throwing at him. And the reason why they're in the electric plant is so he can recharge himself all the time. It's a constant flow of recharge and attacks. And Spider-Man has the idea of grounding himself, so he grabs copper wires to attach it to his ankle, in the hope that if he even gets hit with a shot, the grounding that he's done is gonna remove the flow of electricity through his body to the wire coil, which is not how it works, by the way.
Don't worry about it. He's a superhero, okay? He built different, okay?
While that's going on, he's also looking for ways to shut down the power, so that Electro's unable to recharge himself.
That's very
But it's
important,
also fucking up the entire city, because you're shutting off the power for the entire city.
Small parts to play.
But I guess that's just details to ignore him. Spider-Man manages to punch him off, he beat him in one punch.
Yo, One Punch Man, real?
It's literally like the Batman scene with Guy Gardner, where Guy Gardner was just being an asshole. Batman got up, punched him in the face, and knocked him out in one punch. And Blue Beetle was like, no, and Booster Gold was like, one punch, one punch. Thank you.
Of course, Lalo. Of course.
As he finished off, he gets the card.
Oh, that's ad number 7.
Yep. And because we were at Iron Man's facility, Iron Man shows up and he's heading to the next direction, and he is saying that he has no time to explain. But I'll find the reluctant guest waiting for you on the Atom. Waiting for you, Atom, atop the main dynamo. Take good care of him. And Jonah's calling the Fantastic Four, telling him, if you heard from Spider-Man, because we gotta find my secretary. And Susan Storm's like, sorry, we haven't been able to locate Spider-Man. Then he's like, I'm expecting a visitor later. See that I'm not disturbed, and I'd better not find out you're goofing off while I'm in here, understand? And they're like, yes, Jonah. Go fry your hat, you old skinflint. Which apparently no one at the Daily Bugle likes Jonah. Which is like, fair enough.
Why would you?
Fair enough. He's your editor. You don't like him. And he's also an asshole.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Spider-Man heads off for the second unknown opponent. And it's just across the bay from the World's Fair. And I wonder who it'll be.
It's Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Shut the fuck. How do I do the crickets thing?
You can't do a mobile, so haha. I deserve a.
It's Kraven the goddamn hunter. Attacking with his 2 leopards. Spider-Man's like, the fuck? Am I gonna fight these 2 leopards along with Kraven? The hell? He just manages to like twist them off,
well,
wrap him around.
Kraven's just a man, right?
Yeah, no, he is.
And leopards are just leopards. He literally fought someone who
gets the information. He basically manages to just throw him off his rhythm for a little bit, enough for him to get the information and just fuck off.
Okay, no. Okay. I thought you tickled him. I thought that's why.
No, he got the card out of his belt and just. I can see the card right there, you asshole. Give me that, and he just leaves. Meanwhile, Spider-Man gets cornered off by the Human Torch, where it just starts blasting fire at him. Where the fuck? What the fuck?
What?
That's the robot Human Torch, right? No, it's not. It's not.
No, it's the regular Human Torch, the famous
It's
one.
Donnie.
The famous one.
Yeah, and he's like.
Oh wait, also
Basically,
another ad. So that's ad what, number 8 now?
yeah, the Human Torch appears in monthly in Strange Tales. That's why it freaked me out, because I was like, shouldn't you mention that he's a member of the Fantastic Four?
Well, he also had his own solo series. I don't think that's what that was.
Probably, most likely.
I know that's what it was because I think I have a few issues of Strange Tales.
Then the fucking like Dr. Octopus just giving tea and cookies to Teddy Brandt and fucking Aunt May. While that's going on, the goddamn X-Men attack Spider-Man.
That's not very, mutant friendly or mutate friendly. That's mutate and
Hey,
mutate crime. Mutant and
everyone's being the
mutate.
aggressors right now.
Is this like light skins and dark skins fighting?
Jesus Christ, Robert.
This that was actually kind of sketchy. I don't think we're gonna make that one in the final edit. Fuck it, we're gonna make it in the edit.
And then the second startling shot. As Spider-Man is fighting them, he punches Beast? No. Was it Beast? Yeah,
it's
it was
Beast.
Beast. He punches Beast and he just shatters into a million pieces, into a million metallic pieces. It's like, what the fuck? They're not the X-Men. These bots.
Also, Lalo, buddy, I still hate what
Yeah?
you've done from Guardian Devil. I fucking hate that, by the way. I can't look at Mysterio the same way anymore.
I know. And Spider-Man just dodging every single fight. He just blasts through a wall, and Mysterio is right fucking there. Mysterio, of course. God damn it! I knew it was you. And he goes to Mysterio, punches him in the fishbowl, and he just disappears into a gasp of air, like a ball of gas. And it's like, oh no, the card is destroyed. He just webs it down, but he just breaks it at the same time. Like, I can't read it. Shit, my glasses. And he just like has to concentrate real hard before it fades away. Doesn't really matter because of the same. So he goes on, and Jonah's like looking in, like why? Where is Spider-Man? What the hell is he? And he has this moment where he's like, if Ant-Man can talk to ants, then why shouldn't Spider-Man? I wonder. Who are you? Did Spider-Man send you? I don't just hang in there. Give me the message.
Okay, we might think it's goofy, like outside of the world, but at Jonah at this time, it makes sense. That line of logic actually computes.
And everyone outside the office is like, what the fuck is Jonah doing?
He's going crazy like us do, Lalo. We've gone off the deep end. That's just something that we would do.
And he's like, come on, give me the scoop. I don't have all day. Where's Spider-Man? I'm like, oh my god. Jonah's going nuts.
Crazy? I was crazy once. Locked me in a room. A rubber room.
A room with rats. Rats may be crazy.
Moving on.
But as the scene changes, Spider-Man finds the next card on a patch of sand. And Sandman just pops out as like, surprise, motherfucker. I'm like, motherfucker, I knew it was you. That's a random patch of sand on top of the card, asshole.
In New York City. In New York City.
No, well, there are parts in there, like, whatever. Like,
Okay.
I take the New York City part. Like, I don't give a fuck. But look, there's a fucking random card surrounded by a patch of sand.
On top of a rooftop. In New York City. That's obviously only one person.
Fighting Sandman. As he, like, Sandman's like, he just piles through him, getting the card. And just manages to like dodge a couple of shots from Sandman and gets out.
Yeah, that works, doesn't it?
And he's just going through through these guys, like going clue to clue, trying to get the hell out of there as fast as possible. It's almost like he's trying to do the opposite of what Dr. Octopus planned for him to do.
He planned on like investing all of his time just to fight this one dude.
Yeah, like Spider-Man's like, why would I fight through all of you? Fuck that! I'm just gonna take the card and get away.
Yeah,
You messed up.
Yeah, he shouldn't really terrified his plan about just take the card. That's our next step.
No, you tell them, don't break the card. Just fight him.
Yeah.
You tell your team, don't bring the car with you, jackasses.
It's like
Just
like
fight
an
them."
actor walking onto the set, like ready to act, but still having his like script in his hand.
Exactly. It's like it's high school theater all over again. You weren't in theater, but like
That's an insult to the Sinister Six, Lalo.
hey. um and and by this time Jonah realized that the spiders can't or won't talk. So he goes back into his office like, I hope nobody noticed me shouting at at that fucking spider.
Oh no, don't worry, Jonah. They did, 100%.
They fucking literally did, and realized that all his competitor newspapers are here, and they're writing about how Jonah is. No, I'm not.
Is
No,
that
that's not
fucking
happening.
a character of Jimmy Olsen?
No, I don't know.
It
I don't
looks,
think so.
it looks awfully like the fucking Jimmy Olsen of that era.
And the reason why they're reading the other newspapers over at the Daily Bugle, because that's the only way they could find out what's happening with Spider-Man. And then he's like, why didn't you tell me any of this? Everyone else is reporting on Spider-Man. Why aren't we? You just said you didn't want to be disturbed. God damn it!
Alright, well, I'm pulling up a picture of what Jimmy Olsen looked like in 1964, and I'm putting it up to the screen.
Yeah, that's basically Jimmy Olsen, though.
Yeah, it is, 100%.
It straight up is Jimmy Olsen, but not named or anything.
Well, because of legal reasons, they really can't name the character
That's the
Jimmy
fucking
Olsen.
not.
But yeah, so you were like, I don't know. Yeah, no, that's absolutely Jimmy Olsen, a caricature of Jimmy Olsen.
While that's going on, are you back on the book?
Yes.
The Doctor Octopus is getting ready for the. It's just he's basically just killing time with Aunt May and Betty Brand, interrogating them. And Betty's like, I'm sorry you got involved, Miss Parker. He's like, you're kidding. Come on. I just hope Peter isn't too worried about me. The dear boy is so nervous and so high strung. And I'm like, Aunt May, you're in danger.
I mean, is she though? Is she
She's
though?
not, because they don't give a shit about her. They don't. If anyone is in danger, is Betty Brand, because they do care about her.
Well, they're both
Considering
they're both getting tea, right? Like they're getting fed, right? It's not like they're getting tortured.
For you gals.
It's not like they're getting tied up and waterboarded and tortured. They're literally
Exactly.
having lunch.
It's just free dinner for your gals. And at this moment, Aunt May's nervous, high-strung nephew is meeting his former flying foe face to face again. And Spider-Man's like, Vulture! like, like, I am the last on your list, Spider-Man, because I'm the most dangerous of all. Only I can tell you where to find Betty Brand, but if you want a chance to fight me, you must do it this way, my way.
Man,
It
Vulture
like
is the Vulture is so deadly that even he has to fight off his own body.
Each time we fought in the past, you defeated me with your accused webbing. So if you want another chance, you must remove your web slingers, or else I'll simply fly off. Motherfucker! That's cheating!
Well, it sounds like he's just adapting and overcoming.
Spider-Man starts fighting. He takes off his grab shooters, and he just motherfucker. He dropped oil on the asshole.
I mean,
He dropped oil on Spider-Man,
yeah.
hoping his lights off. And then he pulls the move from the video game where he ties him up, right?
Yeah.
He just starts flying off with him.
I hate when that happens.
Spider-Man manages to swing off of him. Basically, he grabs the rope that he's tied with and yanks on the Vulture, getting him off track and putting him right underneath Spider-Man, where Spider-Man just grabs him and starts riding him like a goddamn skateboard.
So
Then slams it on.
in other words, he is not stuck there with the Vulture. The Vulture's stuck in with him.
Vulture's stuck with me. God damn it. Why did we have to reference Watchmen?
Wait, that was a fucking Watchmen reference? That was a reference?
That was Watchmen. That was a reference from Watchmen.
I didn't even plan it to be that. I was just quoting something that everyone quotes nowadays.
Yeah, when Rorschach is in prison.
Well, yeah, now because we did that episode a long time ago. Like I recall it now, but at the time I said that I did not even process that. All right, moving on.
The Vulture isn't the only one whose thoughts are unprintable at that moment. We haven't solved. Basically, they walk into the office of J. Jonah Jameson, telling him that we haven't solved a newspaper in the past hour. And Jonah's like, of course not. Everyone's buying newspapers about Spider-Man. And Spider-Man gets the information of from the Vulture to go to the final place. It is the old castle in Central. I think it's the one in Central Park.
Yes.
No. Nah, whatever. I'm gonna just say that it is. Fuck it.
Reball.
And he just crawls inside, sneaks his way into the place where Dr. Octopus is like, I've been expecting you. And whatever, yeah. He's like, yeah, by the way, where are Betty Brant and Miss Parker? What would make you think I've seen them? It's Mrs. Parker anyway. and me and I'm here shut up, Peter. Shut the fuck up. One word, and your entire secret identity is gone.
Well, Peter is smart, unlike you, so. Yeah.
God damn, no. He says she is the aunt of a teenager who knows Betty. She's got nothing to do with you. Why did you bring her here? And don't pull that innocent routine on me. I would not dream of it. And he is using the time to get the arms and wrap Spider-Man around.
Ooh,
but he also got punched in the face by Spider-Man. So he's a little drowsy on that effect, which makes him disconnect from the arms, because they work mentally. He controls them with his mind.
So if them being discombobulated.
Yeah, if you're discombobulated, he's just gonna get off, which is what he did. Spider-Man starts going around and eventually realized that he fell into a tank of water, where Dr. Octopus jumps in with a snorkel. Dr. Octopus just jumps in with a snorkel equipment and starts attacking at Spider-Man.
Okay, now he's truly living up to the Octopus name.
Yeah, I didn't think of that actually when I was reading it. Spider-Man is like, the fuck am I gonna do? Fine. And just starts whistling around while shooting his webbing, because webbing does not fire up in the water. It doesn't go like it normally would. And it's actually solidifies a little harder. So he starts swimming around, shooting webbing, letting Dr. Octopus get all tied up inside of the fish tank. And he breaks the tank, getting them both out. And Dr. Octopus is just tied around.
The entire time, Peter Parker was probably getting waterboarded by his mask.
Absolutely, which is why, I would be terrified if I was in that situation because I have fallen into a pool wearing a Spider-Man mask before. It's horrible.
I'm sorry for laughing. That's fucking amazing, though.
It is. It was horrible, though.
Can I get the context behind that?
During one of the, I think it was one of the swim meets. I was in middle school wearing a Spider-Man suit, and I just jumped into a pool.
Without thinking, right? Like, you just did it for
Without
fun?
thinking. Like, I clearly do, just for fun. And I jumped into the pool, and I realized, like, I could not breathe. And I started swimming up, and as soon as I got up, I got my ass into, like, the air. I took off my mask, and I was, like, purple.
Yeah, I could imagine. Getting back on track.
So he's like, whatever. Like, I gotta get them out of here. My spider sense is still going off. I just gotta find them. And he's actually using his spider sense to guide himself. And he opens the door and manages to, like, find them. Like, here, okay. And just starts like, we gotta go. And Aunt May doesn't like Spider-Man at this point, too.
Oh, yeah.
So
No one likes Spider-Man at this point, it feels like.
she calls Spider-Man a ghastly out. He calls his costume ghastly and villainous looking.
Yeah, I can see that.
Unlike that well-mannered Dr. Octopus.
Okay, Aunt May's just gaslighting now, isn't she?
No. And Spider-Man's like, well, I'll be leaving then. Shit. I sent a message to the police before I arrived here, and they should be here any minute. Just be safe. And he leaves, right? And then Spider-Man just comes back and is like, Aunt May, are you good? And she's like, yeah, I'm fine, Peter. I was having a wonderful afternoon. And I was like, motherfucker.
So,
God damn it.
So what you're saying is that Aunt May developed Stockholm Syndrome.
Absolutely. And I will admit I was a bit worried about you, Peter. I know how nervous you get being all alone in the house. And he just starts, like, this is what I was afraid of. A delayed shock reaction. She's just realizing what she went through. And she's like, did you realize we missed the Beverly Hills Billies? I forgot about all of them. I've been waiting all week. That's what you're upset about, Aunt May?
Yes, absolutely.
You missed their favorite show on TV.
You know how people are when they're like dedicated to the TV shows. I mean, you're dedicated to your TV shows.
Fine. She was just kidnapped.
Lalo, buddy, both of us have been through some traumatic stuff recently. For the past probably year and a half. What's kept us? What has kept us afloat? TV shows. Get back into it.
Basically, she's like,
I love the fact she's literally like so old and cranky that he's yelling at Peter by using slang terms.
yeah. But
Peter,
he's like,
Peter Parker, what am I going to do with you? There you go, using that awful slang again. And let's go to the previous panel. Like, I don't see what's a slang term. I know I'm not from the 60s, so this might be completely different.
You know something, Aunt May? In case I forgot to tell you, you're the ever-loving greatest.
Is that what it is? It's ever-loving? Is that what it is? Man, we've come far degraded or evolved as a society, depending on who you asked. But we just talk about comic books here.
But before we draw the final curtain on our sparkling title, Little Saga, take one look at J. Jonah Jameson, who has known happier days. Heard from Spider-Man, Mr. Jason? Fucking Johnny's just digging the F in today's debacle of Jonah sales going down because he wouldn't report on Spider-Man, because he couldn't report on Spider-Man because he had no way of knowing what was going on with Spider-Man. While the Sinister Six are in jail saying like, you know what? We shouldn't have fought him all like one by one. We should have gone like, we should have fought him all together. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? No fucking shit, Doc. God damn it.
And then now we do fucking what we would call like a. I know Marvel did these Wikipedia-esque things as it's more encyclopedia issues, but we just go through a bunch of Spider-Man characters.
Well, it's been like a couple. It's been literally a year since they started creating these characters, and then they go on a whole like rant about Spider-Man, like just re-establishing who Spider-Man is.
Wait a minute, Doctor Doom was a Spider-Man rogue to begin with?
No. He was in Amazing Spider-Man number 4. Or number 5.
Number 5, Lalo. Come on, God.
Jesus, Robert, sorry.
You're supposed to be the fucking Spider-Man man. Also, it also tells you directly on the page.
I wasn't looking at that page while I was going into the next little chunk that I wasn't gonna go over, but I'm not. I don't know. Should I?
No.
We're not quite going over it.
Yo, look, the living brain.
Yeah, he was just another good Spider-Man character, like amazing Spider-Man character. It's a character. I wouldn't call it a character, but whatever.
I mean, he does have multiple appearances.
Yeah. Like, this is just the first year of Spider-Man, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And this was the rise of the Sinister Six, and they wouldn't appear again until 1992 or 1993.
What the fuck? So they actually kept it dead for a while, huh?
Yeah, the Sinister Six were, like, they returned in a story called...
The Return of the Sinister Six? What? No way. Who would have guessed?
Which actually we covered in Stories with Issues a couple before. And yeah, it's all right. It's written by Eric Larson and drawn. No, it's written by Michelini, drawn by Eric Larson, which is it's all right. It's great. It's fine. It's not the best story ever in the world, but it's fine. It's a good '90s book.
Although it takes a lot to please you with Spider-Man. I'm sorry.
No, it just takes one lot. Yeah, 5-letter individual, 5-letter guy.
So wait, Wells. That's also 5 letters.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it just takes a one-letter individual name with a name that starts with an S.
There we go. Now you're trying to breeze yourself out of the whole entire 5-letter name.
Yeah. But yeah, this is the first appearance of the Sinister Six. It is just bonkers. It's fucking amazing. I love this book.
Honestly, considering the fact how hard Sony is trying to get this Sinister Six cinematic universe off the ground, I don't know why. It's not a really fun group to really do.
Well, yes, here's the thing. Everyone he's been wanting to build the Sinister Six forever. It's been wanting to happen since Spider-Man 3 back in 2007.
Yes, we all know. That's what tanked the film.
Yeah, and also they tried it again in 2014 in The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Which tanked the film.
And then they did it again in Spider-Man No Way Home.
Which were actually, because they're setting it up. They're setting up organically, though. Kinda.
Well, and also we also had a different Sinister Six team up in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And then in the Spider-Man PS4 game, PS4 game, we had a Sinister Six.
So if done correctly, it could be an actual good concept. It's just that Sony live action doesn't know how to actually set it up organically and naturally.
Well, I think the best way it was made. It was again in the Amazing Spider-Man film where they teased at the idea of the Sinister Six, and it was the original roster. It was done perfectly. It wasn't like it was like several lines in the movie of like how we're gonna get them together.
See, but actually, the problem is the original. The problem is
they added they replaced. I think they replaced someone for the Rhino.
They probably replaced Craven for Rhino.
They replaced Electro with the Rhino.
But see, the biggest problem is that audiences smell that shit from a mile away if you do something like that. If you do it kind of stealthily and naturally, like, do 6 films, well, do 5 films, right? Have one be
like 7 issues. You do 7 issues. You set them up because that's what they did. That's what originally like Stan Lee and Jack and Steve Ditko were like. I don't know. Just put the first 6 villains that we wrote about and put them together.
Yeah.
Which is like it's a cool idea. I'm not bashing on the idea of the Sinister Six because I love the Sinister Six. They're one of my favorite villains. It's my favorite team up of villains ever.
What the group of villains are though?
The Rogues Gallery, the Rogues from the Flash, they are like a team. The Legion of Doom from the Justice League, I think.
Yes, that's correct.
The Serpent Society, AIM. Like they are society.
I'll give you Serpent Society. AIM though, I would have to disagree with you. It's just an evil corporation. AIM.
Well, it was originally like a team up of villains, but whatever. There are teams of villains who seek to destroy the main character, but there is later on in Spider-Man, there is the Sinister Society or the
Fearful Five.
They never get them to, because they wanted to do something. It's a cool alliterative team.
Yeah. Also helps sell comic books. But yeah, honestly, this story didn't really do much for me.
That's all right. I think it's a classic Spider-Man story. It was one of those things that it's absolutely not the death of Gwen Stacy or anything big that I have planned for this month, but this opened. I'm glad that this was the opening to
this month.
The Spider-Month that we're doing. And this is Stories Delicious, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. I'm Lalo.
And I'm Robert.
And expect more from us this month on the whole sense of Spider-Man because I have so much planned. And this is Stories Delicious. Good night.
Peace.